Decorate and assemble wedding cake for 125 guests with me. Starting off with our bottom tier, we're building on a 12-inch cake drum. This is a 10-inch chocolate cake being filled with our magic whipped cream and raspberry filling. And I like to create a well with the magic whipped cream to put the raspberry filling in, so each layer gets both of those delicious fillings. Repeat that process many times till we get the super tall bottom tier of our wedding cake, and then it goes into the fridge. Next, I'm working on the same size of cutting cakes. These are serving cakes for their guests to make sure everybody gets a slice, and we have a salted caramel brownie cake and another one of our chocolate magic whip and raspberry fillings. And this is a wedding in August, so to combat the heat, I add a ganache crumb coat to give that chocolate barrier. Then we cover it in our buttercream. The top tier is a crisp white, and I like to freeze it and then use a hot knife to get those nice crisp edges. Then for our very large bottom tier, which requires all the upper body strength to cover in buttercream, it gets covered in this really pretty blush pink. And then also the center tier, the middle tier, is a styrofoam cake. And so I'll cover that in the same pretty blush pink and add some texture on the sides and bottom. Then we add some more decoration. The bottom tier gets a whole bunch of rosettes, and I take breaks for my hand and for the buttercream to be able to chill in between sets so nothing melts as we do it. The top tier has these really pretty pearl dots, and the first time I did it was way too big, just proportionally. I wanted it to be a little bit more dainty and pretty. So I scraped off all those dots, refrosted it, and then I added piping a little bit further apart and making them much smaller, which I'm really happy about. It's always a little heartbreaking to have to redo something, but I think it's so worth it. I'm really glad I took the extra time to do that. Once the dots were all in order again, I went back to the rosette cake and finished it all the way up to the top. We're leaving the top blank though, because that's where the next tiers are going to be, and we didn't want to worry about placing the cake on top of an uneven plane of the rosettes. A quick little happy dance, excited with how it came together, but before we can go to bed, we need to finish these cutting or serving cakes. I just did a little something to denote the flavor, so the salted caramel brownie one got a drizzle of caramel and a couple piping borders, and then the raspberry got frosted in that really pretty pink. Now these are going to get their beauty rest in the fridge overnight, but tomorrow we get to deliver the cake. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to bring you along with us. So make sure you're following, and until I see you in the next one, I love you so much. Bye-bye.